Welcome to Holy Virgin Mary, Russian Orthodox Cathedral in Los Angeles. My name is Archpriest Nazari Polataiko. By God's grace, I am the rector of this God-beloved parish in the city of Los Angeles, California. Holy Virgin Mary Cathedral is the oldest Russian cathedral, even Russian church, parish in Southern California. And today, I invited roots of Orthodoxy to cathedral to give a tour of a cathedral and explain a little bit and share with you the history of this place, rich history of this place, where many Orthodox for 100 years already been worshiping and glorifying the almighty name of our Lord. So welcome, and let's go inside. We are about to enter the cathedral, and this beautiful entrance that just before us is a new addition to our cathedral that our parish did as the 100th anniversary or centennial project. We celebrated our centennial just in June, 15th of June. Archbishop Benjamin, former Archbishop of San Francisco and the West, came to bless this edition and to lead our community in celebration of 100 years of our mission in the city of Los Angeles. So the tower, as we call it, the entrance tower of a cathedral and the narthex of a cathedral was added. It was 1 year long project, and if we start from the putting the cornerstone of this addition, but it was much longer. We started developing this concept actually in the 1970s. The community already was thinking of a need to expand towards the back of the church, and it's got, by God's blessing, materialized and put in a cement and metal and roof over it only so many years later, right in time for celebration of our centennial. So this is a new addition which provides more worship space and also separates people who just entered into the church and still buying candles or giving the notes for the prayer, and perhaps talking with somebody who is helping them from people who are already in worship. So we created additional space for people that want to worship in peace. The whole cathedral is named after a wonder-working icon of Mother of God, rescue of the perishing, and one of the copies of this icon is right here. This copy was made as a gift to our previous bishop, hierarch, Bishop Tikhon, and you can see that it is the Mother of God, rescue of the perishing, original of which is in Moscow, and next to her the Tikhon of Zadonsk, his patron saint, and his also another patron saint, as he was before transferred to monasticism. He was bearing the name of Saint Stephen, the first martyr and archdeacon. So as we have also the icons of Saint Stephen and Saint Roman, the sweet singer, in the walls of this cathedral. The plan is eventually to cover the walls with frescos, but now we are too busy to continue frescoing rest of the nave of the church. So please follow me into the main part of the church, and right now we're actually entering the original structure of a cathedral. If you'll notice that a cathedral in the beginning was not too large. It was a very modest church in a Pskov architectural style of a church building, of ecclesiastical architecture. And construction of the first church started in 1923. That's when parish was established as a community. In 1921, first immigrants from former Russian Empire came to city of Los Angeles, and they planned to move farther to Northern California, to old Russian colony in San Francisco. They discovered that city of Los Angeles, which was a modest city at that time, was named actually after Mother of God. The original name in translation into English is City of Mother of God, the Queen of Angelic Hosts. Of course, in Spanish, it was very long name, so when English came to California, they shortened this name, and only Los Angeles, City of Angels, remained. But in fact, it was Mother of God, the Queen of Angels. The whole name of the city was. So cathedral was consecrated by Metropolitan of New York, Platon, who was at that time the head of Metropolia, as it's known. It was a Russian metropolia. I would rather say the proper name was Greek Catholic Orthodox Archdiocese of Russian Church in North America, something like that. I probably butchered it, but it's close enough. Known as a metropolia eventually, and known as a Orthodox Church in America at the present time, after granting of autocephaly to us in 1970 by Church of Moscow. So we are in this beautiful old building that at those time parishioners who ran away from the Bolshevik regime, they didn't have much means. So they really fundraised penny by penny to build this sacred space for themselves and to worship God in this space. We have a video which you can see on our YouTube channel and on our Facebook of Holy Virgin Mary Russian Orthodox Cathedral of Los Angeles, of history of through this 100 years. So I'm not going to repeat much names of all the priests. I will mention the key people, but not everybody. If you like to watch whole documentary on this, please refer to our YouTube channel. The cathedral at that time, as we know, basically first immigrants in that time, it was mostly officers, soldiers of the so-called Russian White Army. And with them, we know that lots of clergy, lots of intelligentsia, people of arts came also to North America. Among them, we know that names like Golitsyn family, their father was a governor of Moscow at that time, before revolution. They came, and Lyubov Golitsyna, who is a Duchess, she started community, women outreach kind of for to build the cathedral, to build Orthodox Church in here. And the family icon of Mother of God was left by Golitsyn family to cathedral. This is old icon that was brought by the family from Russia yet. Till this day, it has a very prominent place in our temple, where we love to pray and remember this people. Among other noticed and known people, it was very famous Russian composer Sergei Rachmaninov, who was a parishioner of our temple, who was buried in a cathedral, and also as a memorial to Sergei Vasilievich, we have his personal icon that was given to him as a gift by his godparents, Volkonsky. This is an icon of Saint Healer and Wonder Worker, Healer and Great Martyr Panteleimon, that was hanging actually in a bedroom of ailing Sergei Vasilievich, and after his repose, family left it for us. Many other icons in this part of the church. Some of them are old, some of them are newer, but I want to emphasize that all of them are real iconography. We don't have prints in the cathedral. It's almost a policy for a cathedral that if something to be placed for veneration, it would be a real iconography done by people of Orthodox faith with the prayer, and this windows to heaven, in fact, would be created by people who practice our faith. Among the icons, I want to bring your attention to icon with a major portion of Saint Nectarius of Agena, who is a very venerated, much venerated saint in North America. As you see, we have a major portion of relics also installed in this icon, and Saint Nectarius is very famous for his healings and intercessions. Also, the great modern saint, another modern saint, is Saint Luke of Crimea, whose holy rib was given to cathedral as a gift and is placed for permanent veneration in a cathedral, so faithful can come and ask for his intercession. If you're interested in a life of Saint Luke, you can see the movie called The Luca, or Saint Nectarius. It was also the famous movie that was made about him called The Man of God. So this is kind of more kind of important and more venerated icons and relics in a cathedral. Among others, if you will notice, in each icon, almost in each icon, we have a portion of relic of a saint. The cathedral in its collection possesses over 100 pieces of relics of different saints, some of the older saints, some of the newer saints, and newest addition to our spiritual collection of saints is a relic of Saint Olga of Alaska that was just recently canonized by the Orthodox Church in America. And with the blessing of his beatitude and of our former ruling bishop, Archbishop Benjamin, we received the gift of a major portion of her relic, which will be placed in newly written icon of Mother Olga. And again, we'll find a good place for Mother Olga to be among us, so people can turn to her for intercession. Here I want to bring to your attention also the icon of Saint Matrona of Moscow. And in a reliquary, you can see it is a piece of hair. We know that Matrona of Moscow was persecuted. She never had her permanent place of to live. So in lots of cases, she spent her nights in a just foyer of the building, apartment buildings, and in Moscow at winter time it was so cold. So when she woke up, her head would freeze to the wall, and when she would remove, like, hair would remain there frozen to the wall, and people who venerated the saint even during the life, her life, I mean, they collected these pieces as if relics for future veneration. And one of those gifts we also received from our friends in Moscow. Also here it is a Saint Spiridon. Saint Spiridon with a relic. We know that Saint Spiridon is very popular saint, and lots of people turn to him for intercession, especially people that looking for housing, places to live, jobs, beginning of the some kind of business and stuff like that. So we have him among in our midst as well. In this old portion of the church, we also have the finger from the holy hand of Saint Theophan the Recluse. We know that many of his books were translated into English and published by different publishers. So our cathedral was blessed with a holy relic portion of the finger of this holy man. And on other side of a cathedral, we have a relic of Saint Barbara, the great martyr, whose holy relic, full body of her relic is in Kiev, Ukraine, in a Saint Volodymir's cathedral. And many years ago, Metropolitan Volodymyr of Kiev, of blessed memory, gave me as a gift a portion of her hand, and I turned it to cathedral, so we have her hand here. And so now we are entering from the place where in the beginning, Iconostasis was somewhere here. So if you enter cathedral, that's, you can see it's not a big place, maybe a place for about up to 70 people if they really stand close. We don't have a pews in a cathedral as a traditional tradition in the Orthodox Church. Here was Iconostasis, and approximately where this table is, it was a holy table, and that was a eastern wall of the cathedral. Right now on that place we have what we call a bishop's ambo. This is where in a Russian tradition ruling bishop begins the divine liturgy from the middle of the church, and this bishop's cathedral, bishop's altar is usually, you can see in churches that bear a title of elevated to the dignity of cathedral, and on it we see an eagle as a symbol of hierarchical authority over the in a city of cathedral, where, like in San Francisco, where bishop bear a title, traditionally it is a depiction of that city would be depicted. In our case, as we are not a main cathedral, we're just one of cathedrals in a diocese, we have a depiction of our church as it's used to be before recent renovations. Moving closer to the altar, we see that it is before Iconostasis. We see another two walls of icons, kind of giving a sort of a barrier to the main nave. And this is Iconostasis that kind of separates the nave from the clearus. Clearus is a place where the choir usually sings, and in our case, since we don't have a choir loft in the church, our main choir is singing from the side, from the clearus, and then children's choir that we have in the cathedral sings from the left side clearus. So it is two choirs that sing in the cathedral on every Sunday. As I mentioned, cathedral was named, and to this day bears the name of Mother of God, icon of Mother of God Rescue Ever Perishing, and this is our actually original of our patron saint icon. This icon is probably one of the first Orthodox icons that were painted or written in Los Angeles. It was a local artist who did some other stuff, other icons in a cathedral. Like in the present time, we have two more that left on a permanent display. It's St. George and Christ's Holy Face. This one is a wonder-working icon. As you see, people bring all the gifts as a tradition in the Orthodox Church. When we ask for intercession and intercession is answered, we show our thankfulness to Mother of God by placing some something beloved by us, some token of appreciation, be it a cross, be it a ring, be it the earrings. So almost every week, we have some addition to these gifts. People constantly come. Every Tuesday, 7 p.m., we serve an Athos service before this much-loved icon. And this tradition been going for all 100 years, with a little break somewhere in the beginning of 2000s. But from the beginning of the cathedral, Athos was served on a weekly basis, and right now, following the Athos, we have our catechumen classes every week that people come to learn about Orthodoxy and eventually to embrace our faith and to be baptized in a faith. The halo was made in Moscow, and it's an exact copy of the halo that is on the icon, which is in the Church of Resurrection in Moscow. So also very much beloved triptych. This is a triptych that was brought from Russia after revolution, and this triptych is actually military icon that armed forces of Russian Empire that were guarding the borders in Manchuria, they had it in their possession as in their prayer corner in their chapel. One of the leading officers of this base immigrated to Los Angeles, became our parishioner, and gifted this beautiful triptych of real exquisite jewelry work to our cathedral, and we with depiction of entrance of Mother of God into the temple and depiction of other saints, Saint Volodymyr of Kiev, Saint Nicholas, Saint Alexander Nevsky, Saint Sergei of Radonezh on this icon. This wall is basically offered to the copies of wonder-working icons of Mother of God. And you can see here Mother of God of Kazan, Mother of God, the Abbess of Holy Mountain, Mother of God of Iveron that was actually brought from Iveron Monastery in Mount Athos, Mother of God, the Queen of all, that is a copy of the icon on the Votopad monastery in Mount Athos. Mother of God of Vladimir, and our beloved, also another wonder-working icon in cathedral, Mother of God, quick to hear, that was given to cathedral as a gift from a former abbot of the monastery, Father Gregorius of Dochiario Monastery on the Mount Athos. We love Mount Athos. We go to visit Mount Athos. We took parishioners, went several times, and this tradition goes back to probably 30s, when some of our parishioners were visiting Mount Athos and bringing icons from Mount Athos and relics and all other spiritual artifacts to a cathedral, sharing the wealth of spiritual wealth of Athos with Los Angeles. Among also beloved saints, this is Saint Silouan of Mount Athos, and it is a portion of his relic. It is a tooth that was given to me personally. So this is right now here in cathedral. Relics of healers and mercenaries, Cosmas and Damian. And of course, this is an icon of all American saints, including newly canonized Mother Olga. That is very much beloved icon in cathedral, and it is saints that protect our Orthodox mission in North America and help us to bring as much people to true faith as possible. Among which, of course, the martyr of California, Peter the Aleut, Saint Tikhon, Saint John of Shanghai and San Francisco, Saint Herman of Alaska, and others. As you look at the walls, these frescoes, I would like to say that we are not putting frescoes on the wall. We're just removing the whitewash of the wall, and frescoes are there. Indeed, it feels like that. This is an ongoing project. We hope to finish the frescoing all the church. We are blessed with iconographer who are our parishioner, Marina Smetanina. She is very talented iconographer that lives here, worships here, and slowly working on a beautification of a cathedral. We see that over Iconostasis we placed the icon of Holy Trinity or hospitality of Abraham. Abraham and Sarah on the both sides, and then it is a groups of different ranks of saints. So we have forefathers, we have prophets, we have equal to the apostles, we have apostles, hierarchs, saints, and martyrs, and confessors of the church. And as cathedral bearing the name of Mother of God, the upper level will be revealing to us the iconography of from life of Mother of God. So you already see the icon there of Mother of God and Elizabeth. You see the Annunciation of Mother of God, and historically, as it's happened, we will develop everything, finishing with a big composition on this wall. It will be the "A тебе радуется," which is "We rejoice in thee," icon of Mother of God, surrounded by, again, with all ranks of different saints, kind of completing the completing the circle of life of Mother of God and her love to her Son, our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Iconostasis was, again, crafted in California in mid-80s, or second part of 80s, beginning of 90s, somewhere there. It's typical kind of Russian iconostas, or that in a natural wood and not many leveled. It's kind of lower portion of iconostas. And as you know, that royal gates, also in English called pearly gates. So we really have a pearly gates as doors. These gates are ornate with pearls that emphasizing the importance of the gates through which the salvation, communion of the holy body and blood of our Lord Jesus Christ comes through to offer Eucharist to the faithful. On the left clearus, we see iconography of readers of the church, starting with Ezra from Old Testament and going all the way to new martyr Eugene. All of this is different readers that were glorifying the name of God by serving Him as readers in the church. And on the right clearus, where the main choir sings, we have a depiction of musicians and composers in the church. We have St. John Damascus, the Romanus, the sweet singer, the Saint Cecilia, and all other known musicians of the church. I want to invite you also into the holy sanctuary. As you see, this is a main altar upon which the Holy Gospel is placed. Under this Gospel, we have antiminceons, is something that cloth with imprint of the entombment of Christ with the relic placed, traditionally signed by the ruling bishop and given to each church, that basically church is functioning, and this is as a tomb of the martyrs for early Christians. We have also the relic of martyr on a holy altar, and we serve divine liturgy upon that. There's also a tabernacle. Tabernacle, that's a kind of vessel where we keep the reserved gifts in case, like communion, for people who cannot come to church, people who are sick, and we take those portions to them as per need. On the other side, it is a table of oblation, where priest would prepare the proscomedia, or prepare the gifts for divine liturgy. The iconography, again, iconography of this portion of the church, holy sanctuary, is traditionally dedicated to the Holy Eucharist. So as we'll see, all saints are kind of turned to Christ, who offers his teaching. This is composition known as a deesis, the prayer, and all of them are turned kind of being in communion with Christ through their prayer, through the reception of his faith, through the reception of his holy gifts. And on the sides of the what we kind of call the additional portions of the altar space, it will be prototypes of communion from the Old Testament. This is a prophet Isaiah, who is being cleansed by the call from the tongues that was given, kind of offered to him before his prophetic mission. And on other side, it is another prototype of a Holy Eucharist, is offering or sacrifice of Abraham. Iconography is done in a very traditional, I would say like 14th, 15th century iconographic style to emphasize the age of the cathedral. Also, cathedral, of course, not that old, but it was built in that style, like old Pskov style. So we're trying to aesthetically continue this tradition even through icons and furniture in the cathedral, so everything can be harmonious and resemble what we in our imagination, what we think the heavenly kingdom is like, the best of the best, the peace, the comfort, the harmony and order. Of course, by the prayers of Holy Mother, who is always looking and covering us with her heavenly veil, and all the saints of North America that is participating with us in Divine Liturgy as we pray to bring the Holy Sacrifice and every Divine Liturgy that we serve here. We serve in 2 languages, Slavonic and English. And as you see, Holy Virgin Mary Cathedral has its own publication, which is English translation is based on a translation of St. Tikhon's Monastery that is common for OCA use, and Slavonic is standard translation, but with in a modern font, not in a old Cyrillic. So everybody, even who born in North America, it's easier for people to read. Cathedral is really special place. Because special not only because it's old, not only because it's beautiful, but most importantly because it keeps old tradition without modifications, without shortcuts or major shortcuts, as it was brought to this land by the first missionaries. The liturgy is very traditional as it would be served in overseas, in Russia, in Ukraine, in Belarus. Also we serve vigils, lots of services during the week. We also have another altar, second altar on a property, which is a church, small church dedicated to Saint Herman of Alaska, which is kind of a baptistry church with a full functioning altar that we serve during the week, some minor saints, memory of some minor saints, and we will go and see it there as well. It is a piece, everybody who enters here shares with me the feel of peace. And as one priest who served here before me, he said that you enter here and you feel that walls are kind of radiate with the prayer, because for 100 years here it was without break, somebody was praying here almost every day. cathedral, our doors are open every day but other than Monday. It's our only day off. But every day from 10 o'clock in the morning to 5 o'clock in the evening, you can come. Our doors are open. Somebody will help you with candles. If services are needed to be, you can request a service or just come and be quiet before God, before His Mother and saints, communicate with them without being interrupted by the worldly noises. On Sunday, we begin the liturgy at 10 o'clock in the morning. You know, if you like a confession, I mean, please come earlier. If you like to come and join us for vigil, every Saturday vigil is at 5 o'clock in the evening. And the rest of the services is on our calendar, on our web page. Our schedule is there, so services are here. You can come, join us, visit us. It's we'll offer you a coffee and conversation. God bless you. So this is St. Herman's of Alaska church, as we call it, church under the bell tower, because bell tower is on top of that. This is probably, and like I would be 99%, that it's the first church in the world that was consecrated in the name of St. Herman after his canonization or glorification. And we have a memorial plate here saying that it was consecrated in 71, and he was glorified somewhere in the end of 70s or beginning of 71. So this is again the space that we developed in the last 10 years. It was always like chapel here, but we turned the chapel into the actually functional church. You see there's a Athonite style of altar table, which is built into the wall. There's also built into the wall of table of oblation that we prepare the proscomidi on it. We serve here, as I mentioned, during the week most of the time, and chant here is either in old Znameny or Byzantine chant style, so it's more kind of a I would say, like, hopefully more monastic, kind of more low-key, other than there is a cathedral style kind of big choir. Here it's like more peaceful services. As St. Herman was first of saints in North America that was glorified. The rest of iconography, as you see, we are kind of didn't finish. I mean, frescoes are finished, but on the walls we are going to have relics of rest of American saints. Two of these icons already arrived. They were prepared for us in Greece. And you see St. Herman with his holy relic there, and St. John of Shanghai and San Francisco also has a major portion of his relic, and they here for people's veneration. Here is, as you see on the middle, I just did the baptism last week. It is a baptismal font for which is moved if we serve a liturgy here or Vespers. But here we baptize the children, and on this side you can see it is a font for adults that we can do a full immersion baptism of adults as needed. As all idea came from, again, from Holy Mountain, every time I go to a new monastery in Holy Mountain, I bring the rocks from Holy Mountain and place in this chapel. So you have the rocks here from Vatopad and from all other kind of monasteries that we visited through the years. And same on this side as well. So here it's interesting you asked me about sensing, and I'll show you that as the church is small, we're using this small sensor, which is called in Greek katsia, for sensing in this church, because it's really no physical space. So it is kind of old Byzantine style sensor that on Mount Athos you will see that it's used by brethren, not necessarily deacons, not necessarily the priests. It's be at certain points even altar servers will come and kind of do a sensing around the church using this kind of sensor, which is very unique. And this piece is actually from Mount Athos, so it's where it was brought from.